Good afternoon, everyone. Gunneroo back again after a long extended break. But it feels good to be back, and we have Premier League football in pretty much 2 days, Thursday morning. So I'm super excited for that. So in today's video, we'll be talking pretty much about obviously previewing the game against City at the Etihad Stadium. We'll go through Arteta's press conference. We'll have a look at my starting 11 for the game, and then we'll obviously do predictions and just talk overall about the return of football, which is really exciting. I hope everyone's kept well in these unprecedented times. I think it's been really hard over isolation for everyone, especially over in the UK. I think Australia has done it a bit better. I'm sort of grateful for where we are at the moment. A lot worse in America, even Brazil now at the moment. So we're very privileged to be over here, and hopefully we're getting a bit more sense of normality back again with this restart. So it's really exciting, and I can't wait to watch Arsenal back again, whether there's fans or no fans. It should be good fun. So I'll go into pretty much Arteta's press conference. I think I might talk about that first. So these are direct quotes from Arteta. Pretty much, he says, well, overall, I'll just summarize it pretty quickly. He said the squad's fit, everyone's fit, ready to go. And yeah, so direct quote is, so far everyone is okay. We will see how training goes tomorrow to pick the right team and the right squad. Again, it's going to be different with the amount of substitutes that we can have on the bench and the amount of substitutes that we can do. So we have to think about how we can do that. So I think he's talking about the additional 2 substitutes that we can have on the bench, and then additional 2 that we can sub on. But you can only have 3 motions of substitutes. So you can't bring like all one all separately on. You need it needs to be similar to how it was previously, where you have you can make 3 subs, but you can sub on 5 players. So yeah. Okay. On the influence of Pep Guardiola, so direct quote, he was an influence for me since I was 15 years old and we met at Barcelona, both as players, and in my coaching career and personal life. He has had an enormous influence. If I have to talk about the person he is, his values, the way he has treated me, and how he deals with the players and the staff around him, it's phenomenal. As a coach, I've learned so much from him. We have spent some amazing moments together, some difficult ones as well. The experience next to him has been incredible. And I've been speaking to a lot of like City fans, and I've been reading into it, and they believe that Arteta was instrumental to. He's been there for 3 years at Man City, before he came to Arsenal. They believe he was instrumental to their recent success, and he's going to be a big loss. And they also have high hopes for him at Arsenal, even being like a direct opponent. So yeah, that's really good signs, and I can see that from day dot, and I even predicted that, so it's pretty beast. On Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang's future. So this is the interesting point taken from the press conference. I think it is our responsibility to make him feel this is the right next step in his career. In order to do that, he needs to feel valued, he needs to feel he belongs to us and we want him. And then he really needs to believe that we can take the club forward in the way we want to do. And he's going to be a key player to do that. At the moment, I am extremely happy with how he has been performing and behaving. I have a really good relationship with him where we can discuss face to face a lot of things. As far as I'm aware, he is very happy at the club. On his contract, while I think in a different context we would have liked to do things much quicker, but obviously we have been really tight with time and communication as well. These unprecedented times bring a lot of uncertainty and things are getting clearer and clearer every day. We are a step closer to getting back to playing football and moving forward. So what I take from that is he's got an amazing relationship with the player. The player even said yesterday that he wanted to sign, but Arsenal had the keys. So if the player wants to sign and he wants to stay at Arsenal and he sees a future there for his last long-term deal, the coach has a good relationship with himself and the player and the agent, and he wants him to stay and he feels like he's valued and important player in the club, obviously the captain, then what are you waiting for? Why is it taking so long to sign the player? It obviously has to do with the board and it has to do with Arsenal's owner, pretty much. That's pretty much delaying this. and I think they need to put a sufficient offer on the table for him to accept it. But I think they during these times, I think they're sort of reluctant to put that offer on the table. So that's why it's sort of stalled, and yeah, it's sort of stagnated a bit. But yeah, so that's pretty much the summary of the press conference. So the most important thing was really the Aubameyang comment, and that the whole squad's pretty fit. So moving into my team prediction for the City game, which is exciting. In goals, Bernd Leno, obviously, he's been one of the shining lights for our season. Second in the amount of saves in the Premier League, which is really, really good, obviously. But yeah, what's it called? Yeah, so Bernd Leno in goals. Right back is a tough one because we've got two fit right backs at the moment. We've got Cedric Soares, international for Portugal, and really, really good player that we got on loan from Southampton. So it's a tough decision. And then we've got Hector Bellerin, who is obviously our one of our leaders in the club. It's been there for a long time. The only really issue about playing Cedric Soares, as good as he is he hasn't had any game time. He hasn't played a minute for Arsenal. Although he's fit, he might be off the pace slightly, and he hasn't played any practice matches because he's had like a face. He's broken his nose, so he has like a face mask thing. So I'd play Hector Bellerin as right back. For centre back positions, I'd play David Luiz, most experienced centre back that we have at the club, and he's played amazing under Arteta. He's really moved forward with the ball, played those 3 passes, and he's been very, very solid. And I think his leadership in a big game like this will be influential. And next to him is a really, really tough decision. Who do we go with? We've got Rob Holding back fit. We've got Mustafi, who's been playing really well under Arteta. We've even got Pablo Mari, who's played one Premier League game. We've had 1 win, and he's been really, really good. I'm so tempted to bring in Pablo Mari because he's actually really tall, so composed on the ball, doesn't look rattled at all in his first game. I think he'd sort of relish this game against Man City. So it's a really tough decision. My heart is telling me to play Pablo Mari, but my my mind and my brain is telling me to play Mustafi, as bad as that sounds, because he's been really, really good. Recently, he's played some of the friendly games, and I just think he's more experienced next to Luiz, um, which is yeah, really exciting. So the centre backs are David Luiz and Mustafi. I'll have as a partnership, and then we can always sub on Mari if it's looking shaky in the back. For left back, we have 3 different options. We have, sorry, where was I? I was talking about Arsenal's left back. So we have Saka, Kolasinac, and Tierney. This is another really tough choice because Saka's been one of our best players this season at that left back position, even though he's been training with the wingers. We have Kolasinac, who's been okay. I think I might rule him out for that position. And then we have obviously Tierney, who has looked really good. He's had the backing. So I'm going to play Tierney. I'm tempted to play Saka, but knowing that we have the option to have Saka come on, and I'm just more inclined of playing a makeshift left back against City's attack. That's my only issue. So I'm going to put Tierney in there. So we have Leno, Bellerin, David Luiz, Mustafi, and Tierney as our sort of defense and goalkeeper. Moving into the central midfield, I'll play Granit Xhaka. I think he's been really good under Arteta. I think his range of passing will be exciting, and I just think he complements whoever he plays next to really, really well. And he's had a change of events ever since he's ripped the armband off against Crystal Palace. So I'm going to put Xhaka in the hole there, and next to him, I'm going to play. Oh, this is tough. I want to play Torreira, but I don't think he's up to the speed yet, coming back from a knee injury. So I'm not going to risk playing Torreira. I'm going to have him on the bench if we need. And next to him, I'm going to play Ceballos. I think he's going to bring the energy, the technicality, the hunger, I think. And he's just a beast. I love him as a player. think he'll complement Granit Xhaka really, really well. We need that technicality. We need that Spanish sort of flair in the midfield. But he can still run up and back, create space, knows how to pass the ball. So yeah, I'll have Ceballos and Xhaka in the center midfield, and then moving on to like attacking mid. I would it's a tough one. I want to play either Willock or Özil, but I don't know who to play. In this game, I'm gonna start Mesut Ozil. I think he's really important in sort of unlocking City's defense. I think he could be really, really influential. Hopefully, this break has given him time to sort of get fit, reflect. He's played some friendlies. Haven't seen really much about him. Haven't really been following him in all the COVID situation. But I think I'll trust him to be that ahead of Granit Xhaka and Ceballos. So midfield three of Xhaka, Ceballos, and Özil. On the right, Nicola Pepe. Yeah, so I'm going to play him on the right side. On the left, I'm going to play. Fuck, it's difficult. I'm tempted to put Martinelli on the left and then play Aubameyang up front, but Lacazette has scored in both of his friendly games, and I think he's getting into the swing of thing, and he needs his start for his confidence. So I'm going to put Aubameyang on the left, and then Lacazette up front with Saka, Martinelli, Willock, Paulo Mari, all these beasts to come off the bench. So I think we're in good stead. It's a really strong team, and my realistic prediction is Arsenal 1-1, Aubameyang and Aguero. But my heart is telling me Arsenal 2-1. Martinelli to score the winner. Yeah, thanks guys. Yeah, excited for the game and can't wait. Gunneroo out.